Alright, today I'm hanging out at the Carroll County Shooting Sports Complex in Huntington, Tennessee, and today I'm going to check out the Ruger SR22, a little semi-automatic 22 double action pistol. We're going to try it out here at the Cowboy Town at the Mallard Restaurant. Got a few steel targets out here. We're going to see how it does. There's 10 rounds. I got to get used to it a little bit, but it does all right. I like it. No misfeeds, no malfunctions at all. 30 rounds, pretty flawlessly. My shooting might have a little bit to do with something, but don't think I'm hitting that one at all. Don't know why though. I got 4 extra rounds here. 6 extra rounds. Excuse me. A little oddball in there. We'll load them up. I'm going to take 6 shots just at that one. See what my problem is. If I'm hitting high or low, but I'm not hitting. Big one at the back I got no problems with. Pretty easy to use magazine with the old Ruger SR22. Just a straight mag, got a little finger slide on here. You can pull it down. It makes putting the rounds in a little easier. 10 round magazines, pull it down, put one in, wiggle it a little bit just to make sure they're seated in there properly. We're going to load up 30 rounds. Try the course a few more times, see how it goes. One of the really cool things about this place is, like I said, it's like a cowboy town is what they call it, is there's 4 different places down through here we can shoot at. I'm at the restaurant and saloon right now. We're going to go over to the bank next, take a little advantage of being able to be upstairs in the bank and shoot out towards the targets in the yard there. This looks like a pretty fun place. I really enjoy being here. The cost isn't too much, and if you're looking for a place to shoot, check in your area. There's a lot of places like this. I prefer outdoor ranges. They're a little more, I guess, forgiving on things. A lot of the indoor ranges don't want you to do any double taps or any rapid fire or anything. And a lot of times at the outdoor ranges, they don't mind if you do that. Now, if you think you're going to go there and take some tannerite or something to blow stuff up, you might want to check with them first. Some places do not allow that. I did go to a range not too long ago that they said I could shoot glass there if I wanted to, put some bottles up, but they wanted to, they discouraged it, but they said if you do, make sure you clean up everything. You don't want to leave a mess behind for anybody, especially if it's an area where you can walk out there. Leave glass laying behind, somebody gets cut, you just ruin it for everybody. So whatever you do, keep your area nice and neat, follow the rules, and everybody can enjoy these sports. All right, a little different layout this time. There's our targets right there, spaced pretty evenly. They vary in distance, just a couple yards each, I guess, maybe a yard each. But we'll try them out, see what we can do. Let's give it a try, see how it does. Not too bad. Again, another 30 rounds flawlessly. Okay, we're going to load up all the goodies and go over to one more little section here in Cowboy Town. Check it out. All right, I moved over to one of the other little towns here in Cowboy Town, and I got a little different target set up here. We got, again, 5 targets set up. One of them's way back there at the back. That's probably, what, 40, 50 yards, somewhere around there. And I'm going to still go with the Ruger SR22 and see how it does. See if I can manage to hit those. I went out there and put a little white spray paint on all of them so that I could see if I'm actually hitting them. Sometimes it's a little hard to hear the tinging of the steel, but let's give it a try and see how it does. There's 10 rounds. I think I got 9 hits on it. One of them on the very far target on there. I'm going to throw another 10 in there, try 2 in each one again, see how it goes. I think I might have missed the back one that time. Let's try it again. Got the last one. Just one time. A little bit different target setup right here. We're going to put 2 rounds in each one and let's see how we do. We're going to use the Ruger SR22 again. Just a fantastic, fun little firearm, and I like it. Don't wear pants with frayed pockets. Your magazines get hung up on them. Let's do 10 more. Not one time did I use the sights when I shot that. When you get really comfortable with the gun, you know where it's going to hit. The sights help, especially on the long shots, but something close like this, it's a good idea to get real familiar with it, especially if you're going to use anything in a defensive situation. You start to lose track of the rules, front sight focus, you know, breathing and everything. Get really comfortable with the gun. Train with it a lot. Carry it like you want to carry it. Train with it like you're going to carry it. And it'll become an effective tool should you need it in any kind of situation. Okay, here's our little Ruger SR22. This is another gun that's really easy to break down. I love it because it requires no tools. First thing you want to do is pull the slide back. Make sure the chamber's empty. It is empty. There's nothing in there. We remove the magazine on it. Now what you want to do is, while the slide is locked back, there's a little lever right underneath here. All you got to do is get your fingernail under there or something, flip that little lever up, just flip it up in there, and then take and pull your slide back, lift up the back of it a little bit, let it go forward. As it comes off, there's your recoil rod and spring. Your barrel's fixed on there, so you're not going to take it out to clean it, but you can get in there and clean everything up. You can run your patches through there, your swabs, brush, whatever you want. I really like bore snakes. I think they do a fantastic job of cleaning, especially with rifles, but you can run it through a pistol too. Now, reassembly is the same way. The only thing you have to do is you have to look underneath here. There's a little hole right below the barrel. I don't know if you can see that in there, but that's where your rod is going to go in there. And oh, actually, I think that end goes in first. And then as you put this back on, you'll see a hole in the slide right up at the end of the slide there. That's where the spring goes in. Put that in there. Make sure the barrel goes in there. Pull it back. you'll get to a point where the slide will drop down, let it go forward. Then all you do is reach up here, grab this little lever, flip it back, make sure it snaps. You're good to go again. When you put the safety on, it is also a hammer block, so it's a decocker and the safety, and it's ready to go. Another thing, when you have taken this gun, if there's no magazine in it, your trigger is pretty much useless. It will not do anything. There's a magazine disconnect in there for the trigger. The only way to get the trigger to function again is to put the magazine in it. And even if you've pulled the trigger back and it stays back, when you put the magazine in, it'll push it forward as you put the safety on. The trigger goes back. And this is probably one of the only rimfire pistols that you can dry fire with no harmful effects on it. So if you've made sure that it is clear, no rounds in there, and you just want to practice a little bit of dry firing, this gun you can do that with. So you'll notice your first pull, if the hammer's back, is going to be pretty short and light, but everything else is going to be double action. The hammer will go back. It's a longer pull, a little more pressure on it. But Ruger says that this is probably, well, this is probably one of the only, I don't know if Ruger says it or not, but probably one of the only 22 rimfire guns that you can, like I said, dry fire with no adverse effects to it. So if you want to practice a little dry firing, you can just keep on going with it.